Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to some more Age of Empires 3, and we have got a very cool casted game for you guys today, because this right here, Revolt Enjoyer, is the one, the only LionHeart, and he is playing as the Mexicans, and we all know the Mexicans, they love their revolts, so the name makes sense. But the question is, what strategy is he going to be going for? Because Mexico, we've been casting quite a bit of the games from Mexico recently because they just have so many strategies. It's what makes Mexico so damn good. They're just able to do so much, and it's really unpredictable. So we got LionHeart here in the blue, and we have got Lo Siento in the red here, playing as the British. We'll just be calling him Siento. That seems to fit here. So, just got a standard land deck for him. Already picking his deck. I like when players do this. Picking their decks straight away. Just means we can look at the decks a little bit earlier. So, only 3 builds in Age 1 here. No sort of Virginia Company or GMT in this deck. But, I mean, this is pretty much as standard as you can get for a deck. I mean, 20 Longbow in Age 4. Not something we see a lot, but I guess if you don't have Virginia Company or GMT, you have to stick something in Age 4, so... But apart from that, very, very standard. LionHeart over here, though. Let's have a look at his deck. Has not picked his deck. Has a shipment ready to send. Okay, 1v1 main. So it's just going to be his main deck. I have no clue how this is his main deck, I'll be honest, considering there's not a single Age 3 card in here. Actually, I take that back. There is one. There's this one. But, you know, you get the point. There's not many Age 3 cards. How is this your main LionHeart? What is this? But anyway, sending the standard here. The Hacienda Wagon and 2 Settlers as his first card. He's also got the Basilica in here as well. Or the Cathedral, sorry, as it is for the Mexicans. I always get the Mexicans and the Italians mixed up with their big churches. Probably should learn that. But anyway... But a reason for why the Mexicans don't have a lot of Age 3 cards, I mean, usually they don't have many, but, like, this is extreme here, is because of the fact Mexico love revolts, okay? And we can see here, LionHeart, he loves his revolts. Because, well, his name is Revolt Enjoyer. I'm sure we're going to be seeing some sort of revolution. And when they revolt, they can also revolt back to Mexico. Which means you get flung right into Age 4. So, basically, you skip out on Age 3. Regardless of if you revolt Age 2, Age 3... And, well, if you're Age 4 and you revolt, yeah. It is what it is. But, yeah, so you kind of skip out Age 3, regardless of which age you go to. If you revolt Age 3 or Age 2. So, yeah. Interesting plays here by LionHeart with no cards at all. I thought we might have seen a couple in there, but... Cathedral Wagon now arriving. Let's see where he's going to be sticking that bad boy. He's going to be sticking it towards the back here. It is quite a high HP building. So I'd be interested to see what other people do with their cathedrals. Whether they look to put it towards the front or the back of the base. Just because 5,000 HP is a very tanky building. Like, it's almost as much as a TC. So sometimes having it nice and forward here could always be nice, just like a bit of a tanky wall. But then again, you don't really want to be losing it. It's quite an important building, you know, repairing buildings up, giving you XP. So there's definitely ways to play with the cathedral. But checking in with Siento over here, he's aging up, going up with the governor, going to be giving himself that outpost wagon and the 200 gold. Is he going to be going forward? It looks like he is going to be going forward. Not that forward, though. I mean, that is a pathetic amount of forward. I'll be honest. Like, if you're going to go forward, at least go a little bit further up here or something. I mean, at this point, you may as well go in base. But either way, I guess he wants to get down this barracks as quickly as possible. Sending through now the 700 wood. So very standard stuff here from Siento for a British play. And at the moment, he's on 60 population, so he's got quite a few houses down. His market is up, hunting dogs and gang saw is through. And there we see pikes actually being produced here out of Siento. Okay, have a look at that. And we've already got a revolt coming through here from LionHeart. Going to be going with the Argentinians, I believe this is. Let's have a look. Oh, Central Americans, sorry. Central America is the age up that he's gone with here. For some reason, I've always thought this is the Argentinian flag, but it's not. It's Central American, which basically gives you more vills, but you cannot train vills. It's the economic approach in some way. And I assume he's going to be looking to revolt back to Mexico here. So the first revolt does come through from LionHeart. I mean, yeah, it's a pretty interesting deck. We see sending through Advanced Frontier Defense, which gives you 3 outpost wagons here. Very, very nice stuff. And we see he's going to be placing them down just here. And this is going to completely prevent the any sort of push that Ciento has here in Age 2. Honestly, if I'm Ciento in this position, I think about just going Age 3, right? Maybe just mana boom and then try go Age 3, because you're not going to be able to push this in Age 2 with Frontier Outposts. So these are Age 3 outposts in Age 2, which, yeah, it's a little bit wild. It does cost a little bit of wood, I believe. Oh, maybe it doesn't. I'm not entirely sure, because it has the little wood icon there, but it doesn't say it in the actual information. So it may or may not. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, though. I can't remember having it cost wood, but either way, we have got 3 Frontier Outposts. It wouldn't cost a lot, even if it does cost a little bit of wood. And LionHeart looking very, very strong here. We see he's gathering lots of coin, lots of gold. Lots of coin, lots of food. And then also sending through 700 wood. So I assume he's going to be looking to try and revolt back here. Only costing 1,000 food, 1,000 wood, 1,000 gold. It's cheap. It is really, really cheap to be able to revolt and then revolt back to Mexico. But only 3,000 resources. Because, like, it's really not that much. You're getting to Age 4 at such an early time in the game. We're only 7 minutes into this game. And LionHeart is going to be revolting to Age 4 with 22 villagers. Definitely not terrible, right? You've got a Hacienda. You've got some great base defense here. You've got your Cathedral up. And you have access to some great Age 4 cards. What else do we have in this deck? The Revolution deck. Settlers become revolutionaries when they are defeated. That's a pretty cool card. I mean, I guess it's not that great, to be honest. Just because of, well, you don't want to be losing your vills. But I can see scenarios where that's interesting. Apart from that, there's not really too much else interesting in here. And LionHeart, just a little bit of food away from that revolution. There it is. Finally coming through right there. And it looks like he's just going to be leaving his vills on the coin for now. So maybe he has some sort of coin shipment ready to go in Age 4. But he is very happy just chilling in his base right now. These Frontier Outposts just, I mean, it's so good for defending any sort of Age 2 push. It's pretty much impossible to push that in Age 2. As we see here, Ciento having to go up with the Bishop. Going to be getting himself a second town center here, which is very nice. I guess he's just going for the eco approach now. So, you know, he's got the forward base. It didn't really work out for him. Well, I mean, to be fair, this wouldn't work out for anyone. So instead, having to adapt, having to go for a bit of a mana boom. Not yet at max population. Still can build another 4 houses, or 3 after this one. So he's getting there, but he's massing up quite a lot of musketeers. So I guess he's going to be trying to go for a bit of an Age 3 push here, with probably 2 Falconets being the first card to be sent through with Veterancy. See here, Pike's trying to find some raiding potential possibly, but look at the damage that comes through on these outposts. Able to 3-shot the pikeman right here. Pikeman gonna be able to. I'm not exactly sure what the plan is for those pikemen. Kind of just suiciding them. I mean, you may as well save them. Does manage to get out there with 4 out of the 5, and there we go. LionHeart, he's back to that age. Age 4. Gonna be immediately sending through 1,600 wood. Gonna be gathering himself up those crates. Tons of crates that come through with this age up. Just because, well, upon every age up you get some some XP crates, which is it's pretty huge. Like, look at the amount of shipments he's going to be able to get from this. So plenty of good cards in here. We see he's going to be sending through the card that equips all insurgents with muskets and improves their terrain speed. So this is the one that comes through from the Yucatan Revolt, which is a build we've been seeing quite a bit. I made a video on the channel about how good that revolution is, and you do actually have access to it in Age 4. So LionHeart, he's got this in deck. So it's basically like a slightly different version of the Yucatan Revolt. Just going to be massing insurgents, but now you've got access to things like the heavy cannon and factories, and you can still make villages because you're back to Mexico. And I mean, we're 10 minutes into this game. I feel like this is around the same point you'd be doing the Yucatan Revolt anyway. I feel like LionHeart may be onto something here. We see he's trading up a couple insurgents. Not gonna be a lot, but 2 is definitely a start. And the thing is, you can actually upgrade these to Age 4 as well. So these aren't going to be stuck in the third age here, in the Fortress Age. They're actually going to be able to get up to, I believe you can upgrade them to Age 4. Unless I'm mistaken here. But LionHeart doesn't have the veteran upgrade yet either. So we'll have to wait for that one. But market, some more houses being dropped down. Factory already through. Sending the one that increases the factory hit points by 100%. Very, very nice right there. 10,000 HP. It's a lot of HP. But have a look at this. The timing attack coming through from Ciento here. Tons of musketeers. Tons of artillery here. Double culverin. Just to deal with any sort of heavy cannons that come through from LionHeart. As we see, he's grabbing the upgrade now from that factory to increase the production speed of heavy cannon. Insurgents getting out their musketeers. Getting shot by the culverins. I just love this upgrade with the insurgents. It's such a stupid upgrade, but it's so funny. Giving the peasants the musketeers. But LionHeart is floating a lot of resources right now. Have a look at this. We've got a ton of wood and food, and that is because of this card right here. This is a big boy card. 1,000 food, 1,000 wood. Ships. I mean, that's quite a bit. 15. I'm not going to try pronounce that, but this is basically 15 lancers. Very, very strong lancers, I believe. But I gotta say, Ciento in a decent spot. Not overcommitting there, just falling back for the time being, doing a little bit of damage, just poking here and there, sending through 5 Huss, it seems, as well as training still more and more musketeers. And behind this, he's got a really solid economy. 61 Vils. He is looking very, very good. Also grabbing himself the TP over here. But look at this. Ciento, he's got a huge amount. I feel like he can probably dive this, but have a look at that. 500 HP Lancers over here, ready to pounce on top of Ciento. And this is exactly what you need here. Lancers very good up against infantry. So despite Musketeers having a bit of a counter versus these guys, these are still going to be very, very strong here compared to something like a Hussar or a Chinaco. And they're going to be especially strong up against the Falconets here, as we see huge attack coming through from LionHeart. Musketeers getting into melee, but is it going to be enough? I don't think it is. These guys just have so much HP, able to do so much damage so quickly. LionHeart also bringing more and more insurgents. So much damage being put out. And we don't have any heavy cannon yet, but one will be here soon. As we see those Lancers just cleaning up the Falconets. Cleaning up the Coves now as well, which means the heavy cannon can come through. And look at these insurgents on the backline doing so much damage. And just like that, LionHeart, I mean, he's done some good work here cleaning up the army. But I mean, look at the economy here for Ciento. His economy is booming behind this. He's going to be able to replace this really quickly. And we can see that with the reinforcing batches here. Look at the score. Oh my goodness, LionHeart. You are down by almost 10,000 score, my friend. That is looking a little bit rough. We do have heavy cannons coming through, though. And we also have 33 insurgents. Oh my goodness, look at this. That is huge right there. And we've got heavy cannons out in the field. So if there's any chance for LionHeart to come back into this game, it's definitely now. He needs to do something now. He's on 23 Vils versus the 70 of Ciento. So he needs to do some damage now while he's got the tech advantage, while he's got the huge, massive insurgents, as well as the heavy cannon. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised by Ciento pushing in there in age 3. I feel like you could have got away with just sitting back and just going to age 4, play it a little bit slower. You've got a huge economic advantage, which Lionheart isn't going to be able to catch up with extremely... He's not going to be able to do that quickly. I guess he does have factories, but, you know, 80 Vils versus 20 Vils and 2 factories. The 80 Vils still come out ahead by far. So, Ciento still got 2 culverins here. I believe these are new ones. He had to remake them. But going to be going in for round number 2, it seems. He knows he's done a lot of damage. And the only thing preventing him at the moment is the heavy cannons, which the culverins do prevent. So we've got 2 heavy cannons out here. Lionheart going to be running around the back here. Manor House is in the way, though. So I think Ciento, he spots that out and just going to be going for a bit of a base trade, you could call it. But honestly, I think this is better for Ciento, especially with the heavy cannons unprotected right now. This could be terrible for Lionheart. Lionheart trying to I'm not sure exactly what he's trying to do here with the insurgents. They're not even age 3. Lionheart, no. These are still age 2. And the villagers, Lionheart. It's looking rough for him. It's looking real rough for him right now. He's trying to find some villager kills, it seems, over here. But I mean, even if he kills like, I don't know, even 20 here, he's still going to be in a really, really rough position. As we see TC starting to get taken out now. Ciento queuing up even more coals behind this. He's a madman when it comes to culverins. Insurgents going to be able to find some good fill kills though. But what is Lionheart going to do about this? Does he have any shipments? Oh, he's got two heavy cannons. About to have a third and another 2 heavy cannons from from his shipments. He needs to get this army back, though. This army, he needs it here when this big pop comes through. And we see a pause coming through right now from Ciento. Okay, it looks like he's trying to think, what could I do? What could I do? If we look at his perspective, he sees everything that's going on right now. He sees the heavy cannons. I assume he's going to be trying to move them forward, but... He's still got the... I can't unpause it, by the way, because this is a live casted game. We just have to deal with the pauses. But Lionheart is running back to the base now. Still down by around 10,000 score. But here we go. 2 heavy cannons popping out. Gonna be able to get some huge shots onto the culverins. First culverin going down. Second culverin. 50 HP. Does it get a shot off? It doesn't even get 1 shot off. And now we got 5 heavy cannon. What is that shot? Oh my goodness, Lionheart. Huge shots coming out from the heavy cannons. 5 heavy cannons versus the army. Lionheart. Oh my goodness. 5 heavy cannons. Insurgents, which now have veterancy upgrades in with musketeers. Or with muskets, sorry. I mean, Lionheart, I thought he was out. He was down by 10k score, but you got to remember, he is playing Mexico right now. And Mexico is a civilization which just never gives up. You think you killed them? They just come back stronger. They come back with 5 heavy cannons and peasants with muskets. Like, this civilization is just absolutely crazy. We see 1 culverin out of Ciento here. Oh, that is not going to be enough. Lionheart, no. Oh. And we see he's going to be able to get away here with that culverin. No, he doesn't. No, he does not. What was that shot? Lionheart. Have you got Haxum right now, my friend? What on earth was that? Taking out the culverin from across the pitch. Lionheart, he's caught up in score. He's only 2k score behind. He's on 15 Vils. But I mean, this army's kind of unstoppable, no? I mean, what does Ciento have right now? He's making more culves, just investing everything into culverins right now. Phil's in a little bit of a shambles right now, scattering across the map, having to make his farm transition now as well, his mill transition, losing more and more Vils. Culverins. We got another pause from Ciento. I feel like there's some fishy micro plays going on right now. because you can actually micro while the game's paused. Oh, okay. Seems like that's not what he did and loses the two the two culverins like that. I mean, Lionheart, man, this is crazy. And the artillery foundry gonna get taken out like that. Do we have a second one on the field somewhere? Cienzo, this is looking rough, my man. Down. He was up by 10k in score at multiple points this game. But Lionheart, with the Mexicans, is looking in a commanding position right now. Heavy cannons, insurgents. Can he... Right, let me check. Can he get an age 4 upgrade? Okay, so there's no age 4 upgrade on the insurgents. Okay, just making sure. But, I mean, this is still absolutely crazy. I mean, this unit is way too good for only being 70 food. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We got another 2 heavy cannons on the way. We're up to 7. And the artillery foundry goes down once again for Cienzo. It's looking rough for him. And this town center's not lasting long. I mean, 70 food for this unit with a musket is just kind of bonkers. Cienzo's going to be trying to go with the 3 falconets on the right-hand side here, possibly. He's got 3 falconets somewhere. Not exactly sure where. Where is it? Am I? Oh, I'm just blind. Okay, they're here. 4 falconets. I mean, 4 falconets versus 7 heavy cannons. I don't think it's going to be close, I'll be honest. I would much rather this be culverins. Because you gotta remember, Cienzo is still on 80 bills behind this. And now, Cienzo, you need to be careful, my friend. Lionheart! With that, GG gets called. Cienzo walking his falconets into Lionheart's army. What a game. Lionheart being 10k scored down at multiple points this game. Cienzo still on 80 bills compared to the 30 of Lionheart. He's actually done a decent job at catching up. I saw him down at 15 earlier. What a game that was. One of the craziest Mexico games I've ever seen. So if you did enjoy this, consider subscribing. Check out Lionheart. I'll leave a link to him in the description. I'm sure you know who he is, but you know, if you haven't seen him before, check him out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.